Hi everybody, I'm Bill Sanders and this is Watch Art Sci, the art and science of watch collection. Today we're going to take a look at Suhaib's very smart collection. This is a collection I really like because I like collections where the collector has found something that has a lot of horological value to it other than just popular value. So anyway, we're going to take a look at this collection. Wearing my FP Journe Chronomètre Trouvain today, and so anyhow, I have my FP Journe hat on. Alrighty, so let's take a look at Suhaib's collection. First of all, these first two are I suppose would be considered to be pretty standard strong horology. On the left is a Rolex Sea Dweller. It's the anniversary issue, and the reference is 126/600, and it's about as clear of an example of what is a Rolex, I think, as you can get. The one next to it is the Rolex Yacht-Master, and this one is the 40 millimeter caliber 3135. I'd been looking at some things about Yacht-Masters, and they've got some, again, I'm not sure whether this is just a Yacht-Master 2 that has these special functions for people who are involved in regattas and some other kinds of things like that. But couple interesting watches to start off with. And like I said, these are, while not exactly unique, they are ones I think that are certainly a good addition to a collection. Okay, next up we have two really interesting watches. One is Audemars Piguet, the Osio Oro 22. Now this is a watch that is clearly not for everybody, all right? But for a formal occasion, to me, it's a very unique watch. I mean, if I went to a really formal thing with with a coat and tie or even a tuxedo, this watch would fit in right away. Not for everyone, but it's a really interesting one. Ulysse Nardin chronometer. Now this is one you don't see too often. I happen to like it. It's a very different looking. It's got the official chronometer certification, and for chronometer, I think it's a very, very cool watch. It's not overburdened with a lot of subdials that you find in a lot of chronometers. Okay, now this next two actually, you have two really interesting watches. On the left is Colpa Grande. I have one of those. I love those watches. They got the bracelets on those are just fabulous. This is just a great watch to have. I like it a lot. And I like the date at 6 o'clock on this one, where you can actually have three dates. You have the day before and the day after. Either that's going to be a dot or a number, and in order to get all the numbers on there, they had to use the even numbers were dots and the odd numbers were the numbers themselves. Now the one next to it is, I think, is sort of a pre-Colpa. It's called a Forma Grande. It's 18 karat white gold. Beautiful watch, great for general everyday occasion, or something a little more formal. Black does that. We have a black dial. That implies a little more formality. This one is very interesting. It's got the 12 at 12 o'clock, and that's it. But then at the 6 o'clock, it's got a little date window. It's sort of standard kind rather than the kind that you see on the left there. Two very cool watches. All right, some more Parmigiani. Now this is really sort of almost a tour of Parmigiani. The previous ones, the Colpa and the Forma. Now here you have the Toric, a Tonda, and a Persian. The Toric is one of my favorite. I don't have a Toric, but I really like them a lot. It's just sort of it's a more formal model. And here you have a platinum chronograph, which is, boy, for a sports watch, is very, very nice, very, very nice one to have. Next to it is the Tanda Hemispheres. I have one of those. I love it. It's a great watch. This one, the dial on this one, I like better than the one on mine. Mine is very colorful with the black and the red and white, and this one is a little more toned down. And if you can tone down something with an orange subdial, you're doing pretty well. And this one I think is really beautiful, great one on that. And then the Persian caliber. With a caliber 33.4 by Michel Parmigiani. One of those watches that they didn't fare too well in the market. On the back there's a Persian yacht, and it's a watch that I think you can get a really good buy on, and it's a really good watch. I'm not a fan of solid casebacks, even if they have a neat picture of a boat. I think there are a couple exceptions. This is probably one. The other one is the original Vacheron Constantin overseas with a picture, I think, of Americas or something like that. It's on the back of a sailboat. That was always fun to have. Okay, so here are three more Parmigianis that I like, and they're here again. You can get these at fabulously good prices because their prices drop like a rock after they come out of the store, even before they come out sometimes, because they're just a good watch that's not popular, and those are the kind that I like the best. It was something we can afford, but yet still having this excellent horology to them. Okay, now here are a couple final two Parmigianis. The Toric, as I mentioned, that's my favorite, but they have one next to it called the Ionica 8, and this is a hebdomadaire. And this one is hebdomadaire means weekly, so this has got the Ionica 8. That's sort of the early name, which became later on the Kalpa hebdomadaire. So anyway, this is these are two other great watches. Platinum chronograph date, beautiful watch, nice and clean, plain, formal, good looking, a gray that belongs in an executive suite or a very formal occasion. Two more great watches that Suhaib has. Finally, this watch is, boy, the cherry on top of this banana split. This one is an amazing watch. It's called, and again, I gotta tell you, I'm not a big Cartier fan because Cartier sticks in too many surprises for movements, and they really are not very forthcoming about it. On this one, they should have been and weren't, as usual. Now this one is Tortue Monopoussoir white gold. This one happens to have one of the most interesting movements, and it's one that I've always kept an eye out for. And unfortunately, I told Suhaib about it, and he grabbed it up. He grabbed one of them up, and what a movement! It's called the Caliber 45 MC, and it's by a group called THA Bosch. Now, THA Bosch was founded by F.P. Journe, Denis Flageolet, and Vianney Halter. All three of those guys have won Grand Prix awards. F.P. Journe has won 7, which is a near record, and certainly for an independent is. Vianney Halter has won 3, and De Bethune has won several. And I think they've won even the Aiguille d'Or, the Grand Prize. So, and he got these for a very reasonable price. You can't touch any of the people who made their watches for under $20,000 used. But this one is one of those ones that really pays to look at your horology and the movement in a watch. Okay, well, listen, love to hear what you have to say about how Suhaib's collection, any suggestions that you have. And this is always an invitation to subscribe if you'd like. Until next Friday, this is Bill Sanders for Watch Outside, the Art and Science of Watch Collection.